Good afternoon, everyone. This is Simon Holden, the Sheriff of Tippingham, on a gloomy, rainy, wet, miserable, but still Champion Hurdle Day. So we're going to have a look at the betting markets. As Mike Tyson once said, everybody's got a plan, and then you get punched in the face. Well, let's hope metaphorically those bookies are in for a real pasting today. And of course, the news is the ground is far more testing than we thought. They've had more rain there. Hot off the press. There will be an inspection today, but relax. It's for the cross-country race tomorrow. That could be off. And I'm sure most of us will not be losing a lot of sleep there. Let's hope it's on, of course. But let's have a look at the markets. Let's see where the money's been going. And let's see where it's been not. Let's start off with the 130. The first in under 90 minutes, folks. We're nearly there. We're on the cusp. A few people on a few other things as well, as I would imagine. Mystical Power is the new favourite. The favourites this week, we remember the greatest of them all, John McCrick, and he would have said he would have been loving today, wouldn't he? He'd have been gone. The favourites have flip-flopped in the first, and so they have. Mystical Power is now clear favourite at 11-4. Tully Hill was the favourite overnight and for the last couple of days, and of course they are both Mullins horses. Is that significant, or will it go to bigger prices? But there you go. I must tell you, the favourites have flip-flopped in the first. So Mystical Power, owned by JP McManus. Now then, is that significant? As a great man backed what he feels is the right one, his own horse. We're going to see in under 90 minutes. Very strong first race, a lot more depth to it than some years. But JP, those green and gold are looking like they're going to go off favourite. Now let's go to the 210, the Arkle, one of my favourite races. And one of my favourite races of today. Oh, well, Chief, I remember him. At 10-1 into sevens. Oh, whatever happened to that money, eh? Well, Gaelic Warrior is the jolly at 9-4. That I cannot see that not going off favourite. Now, there was rumours overnight of a big gamble on the other Mullins horse, Il Tom. That gamble has not so far surfaced. You can still get 4-1 on that, number 5. If you fancy that Il Tom, I would take that. I don't see that going off fours. But clearly now Gaelic Warrior is going to go off the clear favourite, so there is no argument. Quiloxos has been reasonably weak. Again, rumours that was going to be back. That's still third favourite at 15-2, along with now Hunter's Yarn, which has seen money for Daryl Jacob. And we come all the way down, and oh look, there's an English horse, JPR1. Who'd have thought it? An English horse running at Cheltenham. Amazing, isn't it? What more has this week got in store for us? Let's go to the 250 now. It's the Ultima. Won last year by Korak Rambler on his way to national glory. I don't think there's a Grand National winner in this, but it is the usual competitive fare. And it looks like we have a battle from the Gopher, who was placed last year. I knew they were going to come and back this. That's 6-1 top price now and shortening. And Trelawn, Harry Cobden rides for Kim Bailey, a horse with a huge reputation. And we know Kim Bailey's got a great record at the festival. Doesn't have that many runners. And lo and behold, we drop down to third favourite, Chianti Classico. David Bass, the stable jockey, rides that for Kim Bailey. Trelawn is ridden by Harry Cobden. Not a bad super sub to pop on. Let's see if any big prices have been backed in this race. Not really. Really is a race where the top of the market has taken the majority of the money. And now, folks, it's a 3:30. It is the Champion Hurdle. And look, let's not get carried away. From 2-5 to 4-9 is not massive, but there are some bookmakers who are just seeing if they can reel you in for Stake Man. The 2-5 obviously wasn't popular. 4-9 are a few people thinking they can play it, or a few people more likely to put it in multiples. Who will know? But what's going to be fascinating about the Champion Hurdle, of course, when the betting starts on track, will the real Lords of the Ring, will the big rails bookmakers try and get State Man? And if they do try and get it, what sort of figures are we going to see bet on course this afternoon? Just put that out there. We'll review that tomorrow. I think it's the key battle for the big players today. And of course, we'll come on to the mares race where Lossiemouth is a strong favourite. There will be a lot of cash riding on that in doubles, will there not? So State Man, Irish Point, 5 from 6s, 9 to 2 from 6s. There are people thinking this is the perfect each-way bet, of course. If you can get a 50 odds, is it a bet to nothing? We know that Irish Point's got plenty of stamina. I always thought there'd be a few quid for that. Iberico Lord has been the mover in the last few days, tipped up at some of these late Cheltenham preview nights. All that 18, 16s, 14 has gone. You can still get 10. And the Mean Lion for the Kerry Lee team, one of my favourite jockeys, Richard Patrick. I would love to see Richard Patrick win a big race, but I don't think he's going to do it today. But the Mean Lion, yeah, a few quid each way. Something has got to finish second and third. And that's what punters are thinking. They might not want to play State Man. And of course, your place money is going to be, you know, bigger than if you went in on that, and you've got options that you never know, do you? So that's racing. I can see that the people there, the Mean Lion, popular horse, Kerry Lee, popular trainer in form, I could see that more money coming for that. But the key battleground, who's going to lay, who's going to play that favourite? Now, let's move on. We just mentioned that it could be the start of a massive double, could it not? The 410 is the Mares Hurdle. Grade 1, Lossiemouth. Not strong, not weak. 4 to 5. I can see one firm at 5 to 6. Oh, bet MGM, they might lay you 3 pence. 4 to 5. William Hill still 8 to 11. The intriguing thing, of course, for Lossiemouth is if State Man wins, immediately what price does this go to? And will people just play up and play up and play up? The second favourite, Astro Diamond, is very weak. There are concerns in the Mullins camp about the ground for this one. Love Envoy, 16s, 14s. That's all gone this morning. The mud-loving mare is in to 10 to 1. So we've got a real plunge there. Lantry Lady, there's been money for that. That one's down to 14 in a place. Marie's Rock has drifted out the other way. 18 to 1 now. The ground surely a problem for that. And the old You Wear It Well. Well, there you go. No funny story about that, but that's not for today. Right, 450. It's the Boodles. If you can get the winner of this, you will have done well. But there is a gamble going on Milan T now. That is now 5 to 1 best price. That's with Bet365. Liari is second favourite, excuse me, at 15 to 2. Now, Liari off top weight. I don't know. This is going to be very interesting if a horse can win this. Boodles off top weight. Of course, it's famous for getting horses handicapped gently, shall we say. But Liari is unbeaten and has been reasonably popular and very solid as second favourite, 15 to 2. Lark in the Morning. Now, this firm, Lark in the Morning, trainer Joseph O'Brien, these colours, JJ Slevin, that has moved. Last seen third at Punchestown, 9 to 1. I think that 9 to 1's under pressure. And a couple more for money are Eagle Fang has been well backed, and one more written down. Latin Verse has been reasonably well back, but this is a sort of race that's going to be 5-6 late moves. This is a great race to watch in the betting in those last few minutes. Keep the exchange open, keep your odds checker on, and see who is backed heavy and very, very late. And then maybe you can act on that and turn a tough race into a profitable one. And then we come to the story of the day, the 5:30 at Cheltenham. It's the National Hunt Challenge for amateurs. Now, here's a classic thing about how things can alter on the day. Last week, I was listening to some of the preview shows. They were describing it as a Swan Vesta, as a match between Embassy Gardens and Corbett's Cross. Now, who would have thought then that Corbett's Cross was going to be available at 11 to 4? But lo and behold, it is 11 to 4 with 888 Sport. There's plenty of 5 to 2 Corbett's Cross. I know people that were taking 6 to 4, 7 to 4 anti-post and telling me that this was going to go off even money. Well, they are badly, badly wrong. Doesn't mean it won't win, of course. Embassy Gardens is now the clear favourite. Embassy Gardens, of course, who came here last year, the big reputation, and flopped. We know that Corbett's Cross ran out last year here. So, and he took a crunching fall last time. So our punters looking elsewhere? Well, they seem to be. Apple away is a huge gamble. Mr. Vango for the Bradstocks. That's going to be the story of the day, is it not? But that has been back to take out hundreds and hundreds of thousands. So they're the two that are going. Salvador Ziggy's very weak. That could be ground related. And Kilbeg King. So what looked a last race, a Pickham, a Swan Vesta, who are you going to go for, Corbett's Cross or Embassy Gardens, is now no longer that. Now there seem to be 4 or 5 options there. And of course, we were moaning it was going to be a boring race with 7 runners and no each way plays as such. But now, looks like we've got a 4-legged table here, and that's going to be a fascinating end to day 1. So a punter's going to come out on top, or are the layers going to come out on top? Well, we're going to know in under an hour and a half. Now, if you're not in HFC Club, there is a link underneath. It's free. And today I'm giving not 1, but 2 free selections at Cheltenham. You can still get them. They are both in the Boodles and both worth serious consideration. I will be back tomorrow at 12. We'll have a look at day 2 markets, have a quick review of how day 1 went on the betting. And I'm going to have to sit down for a bit. This is just too tense. And well, an hour and a half to go. Have a fantastic day 1. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep it here. And remember, if you can't be clever, be careful.